Nigerians. Ugh, 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 ugh. Nigerians, you embarrassed yourself. You embarrassed yourself. You embarrassed yourself. Ugh. My strength is too much. Can't you see? Give me money. Really? Yes. Your strength is too much. Can't you go work? Bruh, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, bro? Nigerians embarrassed themselves in Ishowspeed IRL stream. Goodness gracious. What was that? I expected Nigeria to give a banger IRL because imagine what Kenya did. Look at what Kenya did, what Rwanda did. And then if you are to compare as well with Ethiopia, Ethiopia was just, and as much as Ishowspeed had, personal problems, health issues in between and complications, but those IRL streams, Rwanda, Kenya, Ethiopia, excellent, fantastic. Nigeria, I expected you to give the best after what went down in Algeria with Ishowspeed, after what happened to him in Morocco, after Senegal. Nigerians, you embarrassed yourself. Can't you see? Begging money, the best thing you do best is beg for money. But then Nigerians are the greatest scammers in the United States. That's something that Donald Trump can tell you for free. When no matter what time of day you wake him up, he will tell you that Nigerians in the United States, especially in Houston, Texas, Nigerians have sharpened the skills of scamming people. It's something that's known worldwide. So I was not surprised, bro. I was not surprised, but that was shameful. That was shameful, bro. That was shameful. Nigerians, Nigerians. Can't you see that was bad behavior? And then let me show you. So here's the gag. Here's the gag. In fact, here's the story. So Ishowspeed clocked 50 million subs while he was on his IRL stream in Nigeria, right? Fantastic. Congratulations. Remember, it was also his 21st birthday. And according to how he had explained it, he views himself now as a full-blown adult. And I remember him proudly saying and poignantly and passionately saying he can now go to the nearest filling gas station and grab a beer, something that they hold so dear. It's a tradition actually in the United States. When somebody turns above 21, they're considered as a full-blown adult. They can now make their own decisions. They can do everything legal that adults do when they turn 21. But guess what? Zlatan. There's an artist by name Zlatan. Zlatan, tan, 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 tan. So there's a place in his IRL stream where Ishowspeed was taken to a jewelry store. So this jewelry store apparently is owned by Zlatan. And while they were there, crowds actually overwhelmed security outside and they had to wait until, they were quashed or they were quelled. So it turns out, watching that IRL stream live as well. He pulled up with a cake and, he was so excited. I didn't know he was such a wicked man. What a wicked man. What a wicked man. What a wicked man. Guys, guess what? He and his crew tried to convince Ishowspeed to take alcohol shots. And guess what Ishowspeed told him? Nope, no drinks. Thank you. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Allegedly, apparently, his guy tried to give Ishowspeed a condom and told him, just put it on. Put on this condom. And of course, because they had hired some prostitutes who were just dancing behind their, trying to rock their bodies, their breasts, all of them were in underwear. If you vividly remember, just go on that IRL screen and scroll backwards, you will see it. Those prostitutes they were naked, dancing in underwear, trying to, taunt Ishowspeed to make him, erect. But Ishowspeed told them, nope, I ain't gonna do that. And then this guy goes ahead and tells him, I look like you when I've shaved my hair. Whenever I shave my hair, they tell me I look like you. Ishowspeed told him, no, you don't look like me, bruh. And no, thank you. I ain't gonna put on a condom. I ain't gonna wank. I ain't gonna sleep with those girls. And plus, I'm not gonna take alcohol. I don't smoke, I don't drink. No, thank you. And that was our W. That was our W. That was our W. That was a da 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 da. That was a W for sure. It was such a W. Like, why do you give somebody a condom, bro? This is a guest. He has come to your country. He has come to your country to sell your country. You're giving him a condom. Why should you give your guest a fucking condom in your country? Why? 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 Bro, bro, why are you giving your guest a condom? Can't you see you're embarrassing yourself? He's an American guy. He did not come to have sex in your country. He came to showcase how beautiful your country is. The least you could have done is take him to the best places that sell your damn country. To make it worse, you guys took him to places where he felt like the air was so bad odor. And those memes are right over there on Instagram, bro. You'd see Ishowspeed. And then the darkness, the blackouts in Nigeria. Good Lord. You know what? Now I understand why President Donald Trump banned Nigeria from the United States. Actually, the whole entire country is banned from visiting the United States. Because Nigerians are known to be the greatest scammers in the United States, especially in the Houston area, in Plano, Texas, in Houston, Texas, in Fort Worth. So Nigerians, let alone Somalis is it's quite a different case. It's quite a different case for them. Bruh. But I also get it because Nigerians practice a lot of witchcraft and the juju, igugu. Igugu is doing igege. Igegugu is doing igege. I will consult igege to do the igugu. You know, they practice that a lot. So, you know, what you need to understand, guys, let me just give you a forward explanation. There's a greater calling on Ishowspeed's life, okay? And as he's doing what he's doing, he is likely to become a target of so many powerful forces that control the world. That control the world in terms of decision making in the world of tech, agenda setting in the world of narratives that shape the social media algorithm, religion, politics, and social media at large. So Ishowspeed could become a target of any of those powerful people, the elite that control the world. And what he's doing is actually debunking and disapproving some of the previous decade-long narratives and theories and stories that had been falsely told about Africa, that a lot of Americans, especially Black, had believed. The resentment that Black Americans have had towards Africans, it's indescribable, it's unfathomable. So when Ishowspeed is actually revealing how Africa looks to the world, the least you can do is act right. Act like you know better, bro. Act like you're having it good. Act like this is the best thing you can do. This is what it feels like being in Africa, in Nigeria, not begging for money. My strength is too much. Give me money. Bro, your strength is too much. Can't you go work? Can't you go fucking work? Can't you go freaking work? Bro, go fucking work. Nigga, work. You guys who are there begging for money. This guy, my strength is too much. I'm hungry. Give me $10,000. Bruh. Nigerians. What a shame. Bro, me expected the Nigerian IRL stream to be the best and the bestest, for lack of a better word. Out of all what East Africa offered, Rwanda and Kenya, they were top leading. They were leading for sure. They led, you know, took him to greater places. In Kenya, right here in Nairobi, it was all about, you know, a 360 skyline of Nairobi as well. He got to go to the carnival and test and have a look of our delicacies, have a taste of our delicacies, our sumptuous delicacies. He was taken right over there, bruh. And then from there, he was taken to Masai Mara the following day, you know, just to look at, you know, and he really just felt it. And he said Kenya will forever remain in the heart and soul of his memories forever, bruh. So I expected Nigeria to be their best. Or maybe it's because they are banned from, going to the United States by President Donald Trump. Because remember, there's an exchange between Tenobo, Tenobo Enogo, Tenobo Enogo, Tenobo Enogo, Tenobo Enogo, Tenobo Enogo, with President Donald Trump, where he said he will obliterate the whole country because you guys were massacring and murdering Christians. Cristiano Ronaldo, yes, CR7, Sue. Anyways, I wasn't such, I'd say, but honestly, I wasn't deep into like Cristiano Ronaldo. I knew he's good. I knew he's great at what he does. But I think Ishowspeed has added a little bit of spice and just flame and flavor to it. Now I feel differently about, Cristiano Ronaldo. But what I want you to urge you guys is just pray for that young man because he will become a target. Of course, of course. And what usually happens is with the United States, there's usually people that control the narratives of how, they want America to be portrayed and how they want some other countries to be portrayed to them, especially with the handlers and the decision makers in powerful places in the United States, the people that control the presidents of the United States. So what Ishowspeed is doing, he's actually giving them a middle finger because Ishowspeed is vlogging live and telling you guys, this is what Africa looks like. For decades, you guys have been lying to us and telling us it's a very shitty country. People live in mud huts and they walk and jump on trees like monkeys, But look, they have cities too. Look, they have helicopters too. Look, they have skyscrapers too. Look, people are working. Look, people can speak fluent English. Look, people are intelligent. Look, they have very sumptuous foods. Look at their culture, so rich, but still yet so fertile. So Ishowspeed just gave them a middle finger. So he will ultimately become a target. And if you observe closely what happened with Charlie Kirk, that's what they usually do. When they see a person has, especially if it's a black person, they have too much power and too much fame, and they can control masses with everything that they say and they do, they always come for your jugular. That's what they do. That's what they do. Thank you for putting me the first famous person. Hodan Musa, are you the first famous person? Okay. Fabian underscore Mbai. Hi Fabian. How are you? Cristiano Ronaldo is Fabian. Hodan. Cristiano Ronaldo is your father. Why? How? Hello. Hi, how are you? Cristiano Ronaldo is your father? That's an amazing. Fabian Mbai, you said I give you a shout out. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, bro. Imas smart son, I'm fine. Okay, fantastic. I've given you a shout out. But that was embarrassing, by the way. So I was just scrolling through Instagram a couple of hours ago before I actually came to do this stream. And there's a story that had been captured about a pimp guy who was part of Zlatan's crew. Allegedly, according to that post, they're saying that this message is held for review. Let me see. View the message. I know shall speed love that. Okay. No. Okay, cool. Nice. So what happened is when Ishowspeed was turning 21, of course, he's going to each and every country doing the IRL streams. And the best they could do is just give him, a warm welcome. But also with what happened yesterday in Liberia. And let me tell you, what you don't understand about the spirituality of some of these African countries is that each and every country has its own spiritual entry point, has its own spiritual portal. So whenever you see, whenever you see a person come to a country, even the pastors themselves, they usually go for prayer sessions. They go for, I'd say, fasting and praying before they visit any country. And that actually gives them spiritual power to even control and have, I'd say, easy choreography with the masses and the people in that country. But Ishowspeed is just doing it organically. So it means that this dude has put his life on the line. But I also need you to understand that Ishowspeed is also controlled by the owners of YouTube. The owners of YouTube know Ishowspeed in person. and he makes a lot of money. There's a podcast I was watching yesterday, and they said Ishowspeed makes close to 50 million US dollars a year. 50 million US dollars just from streaming alone, streaming revenue, leave alone the ads and the partnerships and everything, just streaming. Whenever he goes live, that's 50 million, you know. So I can only imagine how much he's going to harvest from this, you know, IRL streams. So far, he's done, I think, 19 countries, because today he's in Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. Yeah. Yeah, Ivory Coast, I believe. Yeah, Ivory Coast. I've not seen a Malawian yet, but what happened to him in Liberia was not a good thing. It was not a good thing. My strength is my superpower. I need money. Bro, go fucking work. Bro, go freaking work. Go work. Go work. Go work. Go work. Nigerians are just begging money. Nigerians. The least you could do. The least you could do. The least you could do, bruh. The least you could do is present him or take him to the greater places that will sell your country. Now look the narrative. Scammers. There's this place where Ishowspeed went to buy jewelry, the earrings that he had. And the guy tells him it's actually 15 million naira. 15 million naira. Since when? Since freaking when? Since when, bruh? I was lost for words. Since when did the jewelry cost 15 million naira? Where? 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 Freaking where, bro? Even in the United States, the most expensive jewelry does not cost 15 million naira. So these guys are just scamming him live. And I remember people in the comment section saying, no, don't purchase it, don't buy it, don't purchase it, don't buy it, don't purchase it. That's an L, that's an L, that's an L, that's an L. But he still went ahead and bought it. Of course, he's young. It was his 21st birthday. He was so excited. And I pray for him, man, because I believe that dude has a very special calling on his life. It's a very special calling on his life. And it's not even about matters faith or the controversy around Christianity and Muslims and identifying with this other kind of religion. Like his purpose is bigger, is greater. Imagine you just visiting a country and like for us right here in my country, our president had to do a welcome video for Ishowspeed. And they had to actually choreograph. He was airlifted in a helicopter at our conference center in Nairobi, bruh. That's what you could have done as well for your country, bro. Because look at what Benin did. In fact, bro, I'm dying to visit Benin. Benin is such a good, beautiful country. Such a good, beautiful country, bro. Such a good, beautiful country, man. Such a good, beautiful country. I just loved it. Benin, you know, and the way they choreographed everything, they showcased, apart from a little bit of the witchcraft. Also yesterday, because I remember when Ishowspeed was in Liberia, there's a place where he met this group of young ladies. They gave him these attires and they put some cowrie shell necklace in his neck. And Ishowspeed, there's a place also where they took him and he was trying to actually check out the mural. So while he had just finished taking a photo, there's a guy who came and, you know, started telling him about, you know, this is the first first Liberian currency and whatnot, and, you know, camel milk. And Ishowspeed just went mentally blank. He started feeling weak and he looked like he was going to faint. And he even said that, you know, he's feeling lightheaded. And I was worried because that's the same thing he felt when he was in Ethiopia. High spiritual energy. And you could see very clearly in the comment section, a lot of people are telling him to remove the cowrie shell necklace. They're telling him to remove it. Remove it, bro, because it contains some spiritual spells. And a lot of people don't understand this. Whenever you visit a country, as a person who has been highly raised, you're actually a spiritual pillar. You're a portal, you're a spiritual altar. So you need to be spiritually guided as well. You need to be spiritually protected. And you know, Ishowspeed is just doing it blindly. Plus, there's a lot of violent scenes in Liberia. People jumped on him. Others tried to fight him. You know, Kenyan President met Speed. Kenyan President did a welcome video for Ishowspeed. and our cabinet secretary for tourism was there to actually receive him. And they also gave him a 360 view skyline of Nairobi in a chopper, in a helicopter. And then he was taken to Masai Mara. And then they also gifted him some Kenyan artifacts that actually represent our culture right here. So they did a lot of good things for Ishowspeed. And also the crowds turned up massively. Literally the whole city was shut down. It was on a Sunday. This is around 2 weeks ago. And Ishowspeed said he had never witnessed such love, you know. So it was crazy. It was crazy. I was watching from home though. I was watching from home. Add a Q&A sticker. Yeah, I'd like to add a Q&A. Let me see. Yeah, but that was embarrassment, bro. That is embarrassment for sure. Let me see if I can type my WhatsApp number right over there. I'm trying to add my WhatsApp number. So, but you can just save it. It's plus. My number is also, if you check my profile, if you check my YouTube profile, the cover photo is my WhatsApp number. Seems like I can't add it. I can't add it, bruv. I can't add it. Let me see. That's about lighting, stickers, flipping, retouch. My bad, I can't. Okay, yeah, sure. But that was embarrassment. For sure. Because when somebody's coming to your country, also I expected great artists like, Davido. Davido actually snubbed Ishowspeed. Davido was in Paris because I remember him, giving me a call to say, "Bruh, I wish I was there. It's my birthday." Davido was in Paris. He was not in Nigeria. Egugu, Enugu. Then there was this artist. What's her name? She's very beautiful. I like her music. Pana, Pana, JJ, JJ, Auntie Lara, Lara, Uloko. Her name is Tiwa Savage. So apparently Tiwa Savage, Tiwa Savage's son knew about Ishowspeed. And so Tiwa Savage actually shared some screenshots of the conversation where the son was actually trying to convince her that they should go meet Ishowspeed. It ended up happening. It was actually successful. And it did happen. So he went and met Ishowspeed. I've actually checked out the photos on Instagram. It's just that I'm unable to actually access them right here on my mobile phone. I'm not ready to scroll until there, but yeah, he managed to actually, I saw it on Instagram and they did it. It was such an amazing thing. Anyways, Pana, but Nigerians, really, all they could do is give me money. You remember this built guy? My strength is too much. Can't you see? Give me money. I'm hungry. Your strength is too much. Can't you go work? Go freaking work. Anyways, but the guy has gone viral as well. His name, I think, is Manuel something. Now at least I know his name. But also, I want to put respect onto, his accent, the way he tried to actually bring it out in a very funny way. Could be maybe he never meant to maybe ask for money. He was just, trying to showcase his strength. And Ishowspeed actually admitted and said, "I love your strength. I love your muscles. I underestimated your strength. In fact, that statement, my strength is my superpower. Can't you see?" Ishowspeed is now saying it everywhere. He's saying it in Kenya. He's saying it in Liberia. He's saying it in Ghana. He's saying it even today. He'll say it again in Ivory Coast. In fact, his IRL stream is just about to begin in a moment. There's somebody who has asked for my number. Do you want to send money to my number? My strength is my superpower. Can't you see? Okay, the number is, let me just say it. Plus 254. Let me type it. My number is actually at the cover of this YouTube. Plus 254 717 829 615. That's my number. +254 717 829 615. That's my number. If you want it, it's over there. Only if you're gonna send money. Only if you're gonna send money on that number. No texting on WhatsApp and saying hi, 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 hi. I will block you. I will block you. I will fucking block you. I will block you. I will block you. Anyways, but that was embarrassing for sure. For sure. For sure. Embarrassing. 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 Nigerians, you embarrassed us. You embarrassed us. Yes, you embarrassed us. Yes, you embarrassed us, Nigerians. But also, so to say, what could it have taken the tourism minister for Nigeria to just choreograph just a little Nigerian, performance that could sell, Nigeria to President Donald Trump? If you knew very well Ishowspeed was going to jet into your country, and you know that your country has not been in good books with the President of the United States, the least you could have done is organize for something amazing. You could have even gifted him. Right here, our cabinet secretary, through the help of our president right here, they gave Ishowspeed a gift. And do you know Kenya is the only standing country that has very good friendships, bilateral, multilateral friendship or relationship with the United States? Kenya, because they've always actually, not that the United States controls us, but we have a mutual partnership that helps our economies grow. Also, I want to remind you why Kenya still continues to be a pivotal role in the United States. Kenya in 2023 and 2024 was on the front line in quashing and fighting the war in Haiti, something that our very own citizens were against. In fact, when our very own soldiers were being dispersed or were being sent to fight, to quash the war in Haiti, everybody in my country was up in arms, including me. We were like, why are you sending our soldiers to go get killed in a war zone, in a war-torn country? Why can't you leave it to the United States? That time it was during the reign of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. The questions were, if the United States itself has not even volunteered to send its soldiers there, and previously it had sent the soldiers there, and they weren't able to quash or quell the violence and the war in Haiti, what could make Kenya be, the saving grace? And shock on me, Kenya ended up quashing the war in Haiti. And when the transition to Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, to Donald Trump came in, Kenya was still standing. And that's why the United States still views Kenya as one of the best countries so far. Yeah. Best country so far. Let me do this. Let me just mute. Tourism minister to sell. What does that mean? Tourism minister to sell Nigeria to Ishowspeed. No, that's not what it meant. That's not what it meant for sure. That's not what it meant. Mm-mm. 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 Why? Why do you think the tourism minister should have sold Nigeria to Ishowspeed? But when it comes to such opportunities, it also exposes the preparedness of that country in terms of them like just being ready to go with whatever they have. Because sometimes, but I believe Nigeria had enough. They had enough time to prepare. They had enough time to prepare to give a good show. Because I think it took like 4 countries. Because when Ishowspeed was in Kenya, I think the next country was it in Ethiopia? Yes, I think the next country was Ethiopia. And then the next one was, I don't know, is it Algeria or Egypt? Yes, Ethiopia, Egypt, and then Morocco, Algeria, Senegal, and then Nigeria. So they had quite a long, they had a week, they had several days to prepare, bruh. So it's their own damn fault. That's your fault, bruh. That's your fault. That's your fault. Like, you don't blame anyone. You don't blame anyone for your trouble. You blame yourself for your own troubles. You think tourism minister has time for Ishowspeed? Yes, of course. If somebody is coming to promote your country, you must make time. You think our very own cabinet tourism secretary had time for Ishowspeed? It's such a big docket. That's like running a whole entire country in my country, the tourism docket. But our very own tourism minister had time to even meet Ishowspeed because we are very specific when it comes to some of the things that we want the outside world to see. That was free marketing, bro. That was free marketing, free advertisement or free advertisement on such a big streamer in the United States. Look at how many tourists are coming. In fact, within a span of 4 days, the matatu that Ishowspeed used, the matatu Ishowspeed used, some of the tourists were actually coming here to book those matatus that Ishowspeed used. So you must, you must, you must use wisdom. You must use wisdom because tourism is such a very integral part in any country because that's where guests come to witness the best sceneries. Like it's about sceneries, the captivating places in your country. So it's like PR. It's like doing PR. If you've never worked in marketing, you definitely don't understand this conversation. It's not for you. Switch off and do something else. But about marketing, it's about PR. You must give the best, even when your situation is the worst. Even when your situation is the worst, you must give the best. And tourism is not about, just like having people from outside visit your country, even for your own very people. Kenya needs the tourism, honestly. It's true. Absolutely. It's not just about like foreigners coming to your country. It's about what you value as a country, the core culture that you uphold for your own very country. So, yeah. My thanks is my superpower. Can't you say? Again. Oh my God. This should stop. This should stop. It should freaking stop. Let me ask you guys, have you ever shared something on your socials and then you receive a phone call from a family member and they've spoken to another family member? So they'll be like, have you seen what Brian has posted on his YouTube platform? Have you seen what he has said on his YouTube platform? Fuck it. If you can't speak to me, then don't call that other person, bro. Talk to me directly. Address me. Stop using a conduit. Stop being a conduit. It's so annoying. It's like, for example, when one of your friends has to tell you something that maybe could like annoy you, and instead of them just telling it to you directly, they start using other people around you. Bruh, why do you have a mouth? Why do you have a mobile phone? Call me and tell me the fucking truth. That's the only thing you can do. If we die, we die. We go live, we go live. But tell me the truth right now. Stop using other people. Stop going around in circles. Anyways, guys, I think that was just sad from what I've seen, from what I've read from that blog, that they try to convince Ishowspeed to drink. And I believe the reason why actually Ishowspeed keeps going is the discipline he has maintained. The discipline, the practice, and just being grounded in his thing. He's not perfect. I'm 1,000% sure he has crazy flaws. And that dude has been through a lot. In fact, from being rejected by his mom, being kicked out, being homeless, all those things. I'm sure he's dealt with a lot. Yeah, he's dealt with a lot. So he could likely become a target of even spiritualists. Do you know the forces that actually have to go through a person who is being used as, you say, who's being used or who's being fronted as the face of the internet? Do you know the forces that have to go through that person so that he lives each and every day. It's a lot of forces. So as a human being, I can only imagine. But also, he's fronted as a sponsor who presents speed. So he'll always be a machine. So the only thing I can do is just pray for him, because where the scale and the level of what that dude is doing, I don't think it's about, tell us about the forces. Could be so many forces. So many, so many, so many forces. So many forces for sure. Spiritual forces, technical forces, the machines, the setups, so many forces. Tell us about the forces. But anyways, that was embarrassing. Oh, give me the other one. Oh, this one. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's one. Yeah, I could take that one. Oh, thank you. Okay, guys. I think that's just up. My time is up. Time is up. So I have to go. I have to go. I have to go. But that was such an embarrassing scene to witness in Nigeria. Embarrassing. 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 Yeah, it was. I was actually to do this stream in 10 minutes. Shock on me. It's 30 plus minutes. So that's what's up. That's what's up. Any other business? What else do you want me to talk about? Please say it. Feel free. Feel free to say it. My number is right over there. My producer's number as well. Feel free to say anything you want to say there. Done. Done. You're the only one watching, for sure. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think we are done. Have a nice day.